Good evening, folks. Welcome to another episode of Spilling Tea. I am your host, Tiffany Daniels, and I apologize in advance for looking like crap. I just got done exercising. Yes, the hair is sweaty. I'm too tired to shower. So, we are going to be talking about that horrible world known as the JRC. But before we do the usual disclaimers, after saying huzzah, finally back on schedule. Alright, first off, you are going to see the link to this report right there in the description box, alongside the other pertinent links to the Stop the Sharks campaign, including Autistic Hoya's massive archive on the subject. The templates, folks, you know the drill. Blah! Sign your name, click on your senator, and the ever-present and self-explanatory Change.org Shut the Judge Rotenberg Center petition. Now, folks, when we talk about the JRC/BRI, you're going to hear vivid descriptions of and catch clips of surveillance footage of people with disabilities being tortured and abused. If you got young children present, please use your headphones, all right? And yes, my voice is scratchy. It is Missouri. The pollen is nuts, apparently, on the first day of spring. So, yeah, sorry about that. If I stumble over any of my words, my apologies in advance, alright? Okay, now time for a sip of my cooling tea for the stupid we're about to endure today. Okay, so where we left off here. I mentioned I hate spring. I love it for its aesthetics, don't get me wrong, but God, going out is freaking torture. Add somebody who has hypersensory on top of already pain in the ass, allergy symptoms, and yeah. The team argued that the nurses' inspections were considered an integral part of the treatment plan. Thank you. And to the best of its knowledge, were still conducted within the classroom. On that basis, it was requested to accompany the nurse on those portions of the inspection which took place within the classroom. Indeed. While the assistant agreed to that arrangement and agreed to schedule the observation, the nurse performed her inspections, avoiding the team. Oh, isn't that convenient? So they want to look helpful, but then they're going to go behind closed doors and tell the nurse to avoid the observers at all costs. Oh, but there's nothing fishy going on with that. It was noted that children were withdrawn from the classrooms and brought to the bathroom for this procedure. I'm sure it was. See, everybody knows when you're going under observation, this is true for most workers. This is just general common sense. Everybody's going to do everything to the letter while you're sitting there staring at them. That's just common, basic human sense here. They knew New York was coming at this particular time, which is why New York came later in 1979 when they didn't know they were coming. So, of course, they're going to do everything by the letter while they know they're going to be there. What's interesting is even though they're trying to act like they're cooperating, they're still hiding shit. Interesting, isn't it? As described in the earlier report, the nurse has the responsibility to redirect application of adversives to other parts of the body when any area becomes too injured to sustain further treatment. Yeah, we've discussed this before. On what fucking planet is that treatment? Because that's not treatment, folks. That's what abusers do. Okay? That's what abusers do. When a nurse is literally there, literally hired, and their only fucking job is to observe the kids' bodies in order to tell the staff / torturous abusive fuck where to hit them next time, And nobody sees something wrong with this. Massachusetts, you really see nothing fucking wrong with this? Really? Really? Because they're still doing it, Massachusetts. That same rule is applied using those goddamn GED devices, as saw in the 2006 report. During classroom observations, when adversives were being applied, it was possible to inspect the areas of the children's bodies. When the child is spanked, his pants are pulled down in the classroom, making it possible for anyone to observe his bare buttocks. Think about the fucking humiliation. Let's add insult on top of fucking injury here. These kids get no fucking privacy. None. None. They're just gonna abuse them right in public, expose their fucking body parts for the world to see. This is sick behavior. At that time, red markings, bruises, and apparent scrapes on the buttocks of several youngsters were noted. Further, several children had marks and bruises on their necks and shoulders, on the backs of their hands, and on the soles of their feet. While discussing health care services, it is important to note that the registered nurse provides services 7 days a week for a few hours each day. Even though she does not routinely have days when she is not on duty, she is provided backup coverage by a licensed practical nurse who is responsible for school food preparation. Okay, so you've got a fucking practical nurse who's probably not educated in that part of the health field, who usually observes school food prep. Fuck me. Fuck me. Despite the fact that she works each day, the registered nurse is not responsible for the medications administered to the students. Why the fuck isn't she? Why the fuck isn't she? She's a registered nurse. Okay, so what you're telling me is that you'll let completely unfucking trained 18-year-old kids administer medicine, but not a fucking licensed nurse? What? This responsibility falls to the licensed practical nurse. While we were told that the licensed practical nurse administers all medications, we directly observed medication being administered by a young food service worker who was bringing the sandwiches to the classroom at noontime. Exact fucking Lee. Do you all know how dangerous that fucking is? When you have someone who's not trained in fucking medicine handing out medication, what if someone gets the wrong medication? What if somebody fucking dies because of it? It is medical negligence at its fucking worst. All right, we're gonna go ahead and close out on that one. God, my mom's not here, but I can feel like her ears are burning, and she's like twinging and slightly dying on the inside just at the thought of it. All right, folks. We don't get very many views on this channel, and the few that we do tend to get removed from time to time. So, folks, please don't forget to hit that like button, hit subscribe, and don't forget to hit the comments. I do appreciate your time this evening, and as always, we here at Smelling Tea hope you have a good one. Bye-bye.